All right, we're back at the Saxa Coburg Gotha Pet Store, and let's take a look at our crew here. We added back in a few ladies, right? We did. So let's just take a quick look at everybody again. So yeah, Courtney's still good, Percival's still good, Elmer's still good, Craig's still good. Oh, coincidentally, just the last two people in order ended up being the two women in the squad. So we just need to take the last two people off of the squad, Nikki and Logan. This, by the way, working on the presumption that we're going to go back to the gentleman's club again and hit on people.
I mean, you're the one who gets to make that choice.
It's true. I do. So let's go ahead and review the squad. Troublemakers. I just got done saying it was going to be Nikki and... Was it going to be Nikki and Percy? Sounds right.
Don't forget Courtney.
Oh, Courtney's a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we just want to get rid of Nikki and Logan. Sorry, Nikki and Logan
right.
are the folks
Okay.
that we want to remove from the squad.
I understand. I understand now.
Yes, Logan, get out of here. Nikki, I'm squinting my eyes because that's just, yeah. There's so much text and so many lines, I can't deal with it. Alright, let's put on our expensive dresses.
I mean, my game view is larger than yours, so
yeah.
If you have a question about something, like I might
That's
be
true.
able to answer.
You can just relax and full screen this, I guess.
Yeah, the entire time I've been full screening this.
Yeah, I have found that fairly liberating while hanging out for with Zerf for his Final Fantasy playthrough. Like, yeah, I will have to tab out if for some reason I need to go check a FAQ and find out, oh, is this weapon as good as it says or whatever. But expensive dresses, there we go.
Is it as good as it says? There's lots of false advertisement.
That game had a lot of bugs where like weapons that were theoretically supposed to be good against a certain type of enemy or something like that effect was bugged and it just did the same standard damage.
Master researcher Bobo.
Yeah. Although I think the version that we're playing is supposed to have bug fixes, but you never know. The Halls of Ultimate Judgment still high security after that time that somebody went in and attempted to influence a trial and then said, "Well, no, we work for the courthouse. We're supposed to influence you in the trial." They're like, "Oh, okay."
We were just testing you.
Yeah, that was it.
But the Liberal Guardian promptly came out and apologized.
Yeah. Sorry that things were so weird at the Halls of Ultimate Judgment. Not that we did anything, but it sure was strange, huh? Let's go to the Paul Gentleman's Club here. I'm Paul Gentleman. No credit card fraud, no writing the news.
So much for letting the time pass. Sleeper Lenny Coral smirks and lets the squad in.
Okay, cool. While we're at it, let's go ahead. Our daters here are not nearly as good. Elmer, can you do it?
Well, no, you already knew that because you took them here last time.
Yes. All right.
But Elmer already has that other club security.
Oh no, they're going to get to talking to each other. This table is occupied by people.
Here we go again with these tables.
Club security. Courtney, talk to this club security. And drop a pickup line. We're acting natural. It's okay. Nope. Hey, Mr. Security. Courtney. Oh, come on, guys. I mean, we're not that much. I'm not that much less charismatic than Elmer there. Elmer gets him every time. Let's drop that pickup line. Find lack of faith disturbing. No? Oh, that would have been a great situation to have actually
Maybe
talked to
Elmer's
somebody.
got a special quality to him.
Yeah,
Oh, there's some good old boys.
there's some good old boys. They don't mean no harm. Courtney, convince this good old boy he wants to be your lover. Alright, convince this good old boy he wants to be your lover.
I mean, you had Maya going out to buy drinks so that she could eventually train folks in seduction. I thought you was gonna wait on that
I
before you tried this
was,
angle again.
and then they started coming after us again, so
Well, then you got free loot.
I got frightened into doing something. Let's start a pickup line. Nope. Okay. God, Elmer Franco has a hot date with Dustin Anderson. It could still work. Considering how quickly they popped over to Mindless Love Slave last time, we
You gotta
just have
trust
to
in the
get.
power of glue.
We got to get one good roll. We got to get one good roll. Just become our unconditional love slave before you notice that there's already another unconditional love slave. Here, look at the money. Shiny. Yeah.
There's something special about Elmer.
All right.
It's the traits that he took at character creation.
Yeah. What names? Well, okay. So this club security is just club security. It doesn't say anything about being a. Doesn't say
Well,
anything
yeah, because
about
they're
being
club
part of.
security. I mean, if
Oh,
you're trying to seduce club security, I presume that. I mean, you want them at the Gentleman's Club. They're not members of the CCS.
oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking club security could also be members of the CCS. Well, that's my fault then. That's my B. Oops. But I suppose that does mean that we could bring in some more charming people, even if they happen to be women,
Mm-hmm.
without engaging in combat. Although let's take a look and see how Maya is doing with her seduction class.
She hasn't been at it for.
She hasn't been at it for very long, just a couple days. 3.43. Okay. Well, the rest of you guys are laying low now because I stopped you from doing stuff. You know what? Why don't you guys armor up? And why don't I also get view troublemakers? Let's put Logan back in and Nikki back in. You guys can be part of the squad again. Let's equip you guys up with the best gear that we've got. We've got well, one suit of body armor. We had some ceramic armor somewhere, didn't we? We got heavy body armor. That's probably better than the ceramic armor for this situation. Alright.
I mean, the heavy body armor is the ceramic armor.
Oh. Well.
I mean, you can always cycle through all of the liberals you have because you've equipped them with stuff.
Well, no. That's perfectly fine. For some reason, I was thinking we had like heavy body armor. I thought heavy body armor was the same as army body armor. I was thinking it was different stuff in that sense. But I guess as long as everybody is up armored.
Army body armor is army body armor.
Okay. Oh well. At least everybody has body armor on now, so if anybody decides to show up, they're going to get a whooping. And let's go ahead and...
That's right, you'll kick them in the face.
Kick them in the face, despite being, having to lug around this body armor. Alright, so you've got some skills. Let's go ahead and have you... Why don't you... You have an intelligence of 15. Why don't you write for the Liberal Guardian? Let's change minds. Percy, what are you doing right now? Not much, right? So why don't you also, you have a reasonable intelligence skill. Why don't you also, who did I have stealing credit card numbers? Was it you? Were you stealing credit card numbers? You could, you may as well.
Could have been Courtney, could have been the rain.
Yeah. Elmer's glue. You obviously are working on your writing, so let's go ahead and have you do that. And Greg. Greg's not ever going to be the best at any of these things, but it's alright, he can try. Let's engage in some liberal activism and write for the Liberal Guardian, have somebody clean up behind him. And, oh, I don't have anybody teaching martial arts now. I could have sworn I had somebody teaching martial arts.
You have Andy
before.
teaching fighting.
Oh, you're right, I have Andy
That's
teaching
martial
fighting.
arts.
Yes. Also, he's teaching people how to use shotguns. Good job, Andy. What is your shotgun skill now?
0.1.
Oh, okay. But that 1.1, though, the one time that he did it, is a hell of a thing. Alright. He's not teaching anybody shotguns yet, but one day. Next month. What special edition do we run? Loot AM radio files, loot cable loot files, loot judge files. Let's go with some AM radio files.
It's okay to lie. They don't need the truth.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts to hear it. Hopefully that'll get people riled up.
They can't handle the rodeo burger.
The Supreme Court is handing down decisions. We have not made any positive impacts on the Supreme Court. So, yeah. Nothing was going to change. Congress is acting on legislation. It's all probably going to get vetoed. The 289 oh, that's right. The 246 caucus became the 289 caucus now. An elite liberal amendment.
Proposed amendment to the United States Constitution.
All members of the House of Representatives and Senate shall henceforth be limited to one term in office. What? Oh, okay. It shall
be immediately enforced.
Oh, okay. Holding elections. Let's replace all members of Congress. Okay. Let's watch the process unfold.
Where are the other states?
Mystery states! Damn, and it was all those mystery states that messed it up for us.
South Carolina was one of the nays, and the amendment is rejected.
Damn. Well, okay. Let's keep getting good, everybody. CCS is rampaging at the park. Have fun rampaging at the park, guys.
Certainly a thing to tell them. Have fun rampaging at the park. Have fun killing people.
Alright, let's mix it up. Let's go for some research files. Torturing
on
cats? Don't look, Hazel! Congress is acting on legislation, as they seem to do all the time.
As they always seem to propose liberal amendments. No wonder the CCS is pissed.
The National Convention has proposed another elite liberal amendment. They're like, seriously, guys. Just do this.
We're gonna try Amendment 28 again.
Let's watch it unfold. I'll be curious to see whether or not there is any change whatsoever.
There was?
There was?
Two states, including South Carolina, made a change, and now the amendment's adopted.
They decided, oh, you know, yeah, maybe that's right. All right, let's watch the elections unfold. Wow.
Progressive Elite Social Liberal Party claims victory.
Okay, the Liberal Party, just the regular Liberal Party. The Senate, they tend to put up some more some relatively centrist folks, but all right. Okay.
You thought things were going to backslide? Not when this is going to happen.
Bam. All right. We've claimed some victories here.
Mm-hmm.
We really should have just hung out and hit W for a month a long time ago. Apparently, it pays big dividends.
Right, big money, big prizes. Press that L key.
Yeah, let's take a look at the status of.
Oh.
There's still a lot of red text, but it's all in the executive and the judicial.
There's no arch conservatives in the House or Senate.
Yeah, there are no conservatives in the Senate at all.
The elite liberals hold the majority, which means that they will work on pushing issues towards elite liberal.
Yep, and they have a veto-proof majority. Okay, this should go well.
President Sutcliffe is like, what the fuck happened? Where did it all go? No
I mean,
support.
I swear the Liberal Crime Squad didn't even do anything this past month. What changed everybody's minds?
What the shit?
They just hung out and stole credit card numbers. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to know that, but I've got FBI spooks everywhere.
It seems that because Congress seems to work almost every month in this version of LCS, that those amendments trigger almost every month as well.
Jeez, I guess they can.
I think the amendments involving the Supreme Court will pop up soon too. And Reagan the man.
No, he's not the greatest generation. What are you talking about? No. CCS, no.
Like the Rehabilitation Center.
They were inspired by the Reagan biography, and they went out there to start rumbling.
Something I'm confused by is why conservative propositions didn't pop up at all in the legislative branch, and now it really doesn't seem like they're going to be because.
I mean, they're really.
You keep telling me that because all of the issues are so far right,
yeah,
like the odds of it not popping up, but they've never popped up.
They've never popped up at all. I mean, yes, you would have expected that at some point they would have
happened in any of my playthroughs.
They would have backslid on at least pollution or something. Pollution managed to hop ahead 2 times instead of ever going back. But let's see, 27, 28, 29. CCS is rampaging.
Like nothing Congress or the Supreme Court handled ever had a backslide attached to it.
Let's go for some judges' files. Rulings in exchange for appointments. Let's make the judiciary look bad. Congress is acting on legislation.
Once again, acting on legislation. Congress in this reality is fucking busy, dude.
They sure are. And unanimous decisions on all sides.
That's not to say that Congress isn't busy in our timeline, but in this game, you're getting a lot of shit done real fast.
There's a lot of okay. So the following former citizens are branded arch conservative. This would be.
That's 8 of the 9 Supreme Court justices. They're not elite liberal. Fuck them.
Yeah. The aforementioned former citizens may not serve on the Supreme Court. Said former citizens will be deported to conservative countries of the president's choosing to be replaced by proper justices, also the president's choosing with the advice and consent of the Senate. Well, president's still arch conservative, guys. This is gonna be a lot of teeth pulling. I mean, I'm sure that the way the game will just sort of make it happen immediately, but I would hate to think about how this would actually play out. I mean, obviously it kind of can't, but the ratification process.
The amendment is rejected. Some folks in the Senate are like, that's going too fucking far. What the fuck? No.
You know what? Yeah, Senate, I'm with you on this one. I'm all for the liberal agenda and everything, but any of the 3 branches deciding that it's going to give itself the power to pull up the roots of another branch, that's a bad idea.
It's a proposed amendment to the Constitution.
Oh no, I understand that they have the authority and the possibility of doing it. I'm just saying it's a bad idea. All right, let's. I mean, geez, should I just keep hanging out? Actually, let me take a look now that Now that Maya's been at pickup artist class for a while, what is your seduction like? Oh, sorry, your bracket eduction is a 6.7. You ought to be able to charm the leaves off the trees. Okay. I guess if I find a place for you in the group, we ought to be able to go out and maybe find ourselves a special person. A special person who can rat on the CCS for us. Now, once we do that, I don't know if we have the fighting skills necessary to be able to take on the CCS on their home turf. I mean, we've been able to fight them with the assistance of traps in our own home.
And the assistance of more than 6 liberals.
Yes, the assistance, the backup, the backing firepower of a bunch of folks just hanging out in bunkers. Like, knowing where they are, that might be useful, but I don't know whether or not we would have the skills to necessarily get in there and knock things around.
But at least you'll know where they are.
I will know where they are, and of course I still don't think there's a way in this. I mean, obviously the university district, you can learn so much more now. You know what? While I'm reading all of this over in my head, why don't I wait through some time here? But
while you're reading all of it over in your head,
I'm reading it all over. I got the words printed in my mind, and I'm going over them. But I know the university district has expanded sort of the stuff that it can do, but I still don't think you can learn firearms.
Justice is dead.
Oh man, an innocent citizen has been put to death in the electric chair. Lisbeth Grimaldi Tishman was pronounced dead at 7:52 p.m. yesterday at the Myers Correctional Facility.
You might want to take a look at the status of the elite liberal agenda again after this news.
Yeah, well, I am noticing that there are no brackets anywhere.
There are bad words.
Yeah. There are words that people would not ordinarily want to see if they were being shielded from all things.
And perhaps in all the excitement and glee in the proposed amendment, which would chuck 8 of the Supreme Court justices out, other things were lost.
Tishman was convicted in 2013 serial murder. Since then, numerous pieces of exculpatory evidence have been produced, including a confession from another convict. The state still went through with the execution. A spokesperson for the government saying the convict is always referred to by 3 names: assassin, serial killer, either way guilty. End of story. Candlelight vigils were held throughout the country last night during the execution. More events are expected this evening. There's a bright side to be found from this tragedy. It will be that our nation is now evaluating the ease with which people can be put to death in this country. Also, the Times wrote this. Why didn't the Liberal Guardian pick this one up? But yeah, let's take a look at the liberal agenda here.
Free speech still arch conservative. I guess that wasn't an issue. That newspaper would have wrote like it was anyway.
Okay. Although, with that having come up, I imagine death penalty might come up in legislation sometime in the near future.
It's definitely going to make people care more about the death penalty issue.
Wait a month. Let's throw some corporate files out this time, describing foreign corporate sweatshops. Congress is doing more stuff.
Strengthen some reproductive freedom, protect immigrant rights, and stop corporate criminals.
Yeah.
Look at that synergy.
They're all just presidents. Okay, guys, I get it with the elite liberal amendments.
Wayne Drummond, that moderate, fuck him. He's arch conservative.
Well, you know what? Considering last time we thought that pushing through the same amendment a month later wouldn't do anything, maybe. Nope. This time it got through. It got through the Congress.
The mystery states have to vote. The mystery states agree.
The mystery states agree. Now let's take a look at who our new justices are.
Bam!
Bill Sutcliffe, I'm surprised you even nominated these people. This would have been, like, literally, this would have been a process of the entire rest of the president's term up until such time as, I guess, he would probably be impeached for anything. Just,
I think that's literally how it has to play out. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like the advice and consent of the Senate there means, motherfucker, you will do this.
All right.
And then, or then, like, they remove him. Andy Gregg comes up, motherfucker, you will do this. So they just go through the entire cabinet.
All right. But I still don't think there is a way. Oh no, the CCS are still out there raging, though.
Remember, viewers, this is a satirical game which pokes fun at extremist opinions, no matter where you are in the spectrum.
Oh no, this armed citizen saved lives.
A
This
hurting
hurting spree. Oh dear. CCS is still out there rampaging, though. They are pretty active. Let's put up some more AM radio files. Congress is acting on more legislation, political corruption, and gender equality. Okay.
I wonder whether this is like a change caused by flipping off of less grindy, because all these things hit in like Fast and Furious. I'm not used to that. Like it's odd.
This would require experimenting with taking this version of the game off of grind-free mode and seeing whether or not anything came of that. $15,201.
Isaac G's Liberal Crime Squad does not feel like my Liberal Crime Squad. Something has been lost. Something indelible. Something ephemeral.
Alright, Maya, what is your seduction looking like now? You have a seduction of 8. Although, yeah, maybe what I need to do now is find someone, be it Logan. Let's see, who has the best agility of the lot? Is it going to be Courtney? Could be Courtney. Courtney, Maya, or Nikki. Oh no, it's Percy. Okay.
Yeah, that's why Percy's your designated driver.
Percy, my designated driver. Percy, what are you doing right now? You
credit card
are
fraud.
Credit card frauding. Percy, why don't you go learn some martial arts? Yeah, Percy.
He's like, but mom.
Let's take Kung
Fu.
All right. We're gonna attempt to learn how to beat the shit out of the conservative crime squad.
I'm gonna upload programs into his brain.
There you go. He will know it. We are slowly starting to lose money doing this, but that's okay.
No, not money. The truth is always free, Bobo.
I know. We should start charging for it. All right. Cable
That's
news.
capitalism.
It is capitalism. Get sexier or get a new job. The elections are being held today.
Proposition.
Right. Bigotry. Literally every person who votes in the country is all about all of these issues.
I don't see how you've had any problems winning this game, Bobo. This looks like a cinch.
Well, you say that. The conservative crime squad is still out there.
Barbaric executions. One person voted no.
Wow. It's alright. So,
the stones of that one person.
That
one conservative person.
The conservative crime squad is still out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting. They're rampaging. Free
rally.
Speech advocates fight hard to let a white supremacist rally take place. That? What?
The text has been fucked up. It's supposed to be like, what a great like advert. The American
Dream. The 2222 dream. A new show glamorizing the lives of the rich begins airing this week. The nationwide advertising blitz, it's bound to be popular. Whew.
Stuff.
Oh, we're out of cable news memos.
It's okay to lie. They still don't need the truth.
Congress is acting on legislation
Congress,
to
you need a
prevent...
fucking vacation, man. You gotta calm the fuck down.
All right, let's take a look at the liberal agenda now. There's a decent chunk of issues that are moderate at this point. Free
I love how
speech,
free
still arch
speech and
conservative.
flag burning have still hung on. And prison regulation, but still, like, free speech and flag burning still arch conservative, even after everything.
Yep. All right. Let's do a quick review. Active liberals. Maya, how you working on your seduction? Your seduction is going well. Percy, how's your kung
Conservative
fu
Crime
doing?
Squad has until next November to stop this backslide, because if an elite liberal president gets put into position, all bets are off. Not like the executive branch is really needed anyway, huh?
Merry Christmas. Well, I mean, 2 out of 3 is pretty good.
As the great philosopher Meatloaf once said.
That's right. False scandal about a liberal figure. You mean everybody in government right now, except for the president and the vice president?
The Secretary of State.
Yes.
Basically, everyone besides the executive.
Yeah,
Coming for you, President. The network news station.
Let's just speed our way through here. Yeah. Hey, I'm Radiophiles.
Bobo's on cruise control now. It's like, why should I try? Congress is more active than I am. Fight political corruption. One person voted. How could you?
All right. So, actually, let's do another review here. Active liberals. Percy, how good are you at Kung Fu now? I'll wait until you're a 10 at Kung Fu.
9/11.
Never forget. Give you 1 more month, and then I'm going to have you start teaching it.
Wonder how good Maya is at buying drinks. Sheep to be told what to think.
Yeah. This is why we don't make as much of it.
For fuck's sakes, Congress. Seriously.
All right. Let's look at the liberal agenda here.
I know you're our elected officials and everything, but it's okay. You don't
Free speech, flag burning, prison regulation. Still arch conservative. And this whole time, the firemen have not come by. Despite the fact that they're still out there, they're still in effect.
Yeah, they haven't visited you once. The mind reels.
It's a weird situation going on here. Okay, so let's take a look at Maya. You are very...
Maya knows how to buy so many drinks simultaneously.
Yes, she is a 10 on the seduction scale. And Percy, you're not quite a 10 at martial arts, but you know what? It's time for both of you to start teaching. Let's activate you liberals.
What if I told you could win this game tonight?
It would be the first time I've ever done it, so let's not get too ahead of myself here.
What happened to your last run that you were doing that was going so well?
Got bugged.
That's right.
Yeah. I never did bother to attempt to go into hiding for a month and then come back as you suggested, because at that point we're already going through this one. All right. Nope, Maya, time for you to teach seduction to everybody. And Andy, I think you're done teaching fighting. Why don't you teach... No, why don't you not teach? Why don't you steal some credit card numbers, because we're going to need some money to do this. And Percy, why don't you start teaching Kung Fu? Well, teaching other liberals urban warfare. How's about that?
How's about
CCS Rampage.
Brr.
He's actually good enough at it that we're making money again. Great.
Great!
False scandal about a political figure.
Congress repealing a batch of struggles. Congress gives 0 fucks about free speech or the death penalty or prison regulation.
I mean, eventually, by process of elimination, they're gonna have to get there. Oh, what was that? Oh, they're here. They're here. They're queer. Gotta get used to them. All right.
Don't even know who's visiting you. Probably the conservative crime squad. Probably.
Yeah, I would think that anybody else we would have been told about.
Well, I
Yes,
mean.
I skipped through too fast. I would have skipped past the warning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they let you skip through the warning using the W key? Don't they know the main mechanic of this game? Alright, let's
What is this reality?
take a look at this squad. Alright, everybody's here. Let's escape and engage. We're gonna battle conservative forces.
Mm-hmm. Just ringed with traps.
But we don't have any between, yeah. It's just this room. Just this room has traps. No other traps. No traps. Only graps.
Hmm?
Hey guys, come on. Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
anybody else? You guys are all trapped down here. They're bartenders and hillbillies. Fight them.
A musician. Better dead than liberal.
I would say you guys are starting to learn from the
Considering how they have 8s and 9. Mm-hmm.
the kung fu lessons. All right.
We've erected a new giving tree. Yeah, these combats are not even cycling past the 6 in the squad.
Okay. Good. You guys all did good jobs. Now, I think let me actually take a look at all of your skills specifically and look at your martial arts. Yes, you all have. Well, Percy, you now almost have a 10, but everybody else has probably learned as much from you as they can. So, Percy, it's time for you to go back to school.
Not again, no!
All right, Percy, back to school for you.
No!
Sorry. All right, so yeah, back to kung fu class. Go take your karate lessons, sweetie. All right. And how good are all you guys at seducing people now? You guys could still use a little bit of a work in the seduction department, so Maya can keep teaching that. All right, let's wait around a little more. Whoop!
Uh-oh.
I'm being followed by conservative swine as I exit the site. Ezra Blanchard.
Ezra.
Oh, right, because Ezra.
Ezra with a straight sense of 9.
That's a really good street sense, but you know, I guess you keep
Agility
rolling the
5.
dice.
He's been arrested before.
Yeah,
You've given up with him before.
it's true. Although, death penalty is still at arch conservative.
But you've given up with him before. He's not going to be immediately killed.
It's too bad it's a waste of an AR-15. I mean, I know that
You-
we're getting them now.
Are you
I know,
fucking kidding me
I
right
know that
now?
we're getting
You
them now.
conservative wretch. You care more about the AR-15 than his life.
No, I'm not.
Flesh is cheap.
Nobody suggested we were going to try to get Ezra Blanchard killed. We were just trying to figure out whether or not he could survive with his gun. But no, we'll give up. We stop and we are arrested. That's fine. That's okay. All right, guys. I guess the question now is, do we wait and release him from the halls of ultimate judgment? Do we go ahead and get him at the police station? Or do we...
he's been arrested, so where he is at right now is Death Squad HQ.
Yeah. You know what? This would be a perfectly fine time to allow him to go through the criminal justice system. We've got guys with good law skills. We've got a bunch of elite liberal justices on our side, or elite liberal judges on our side. We could totally hack this. What do you say we let this guy stand trial and see whether or not we can get him off?
That sounds lewd, but go for it.
Let's review. Let's see. Who is in the justice system? Ezra. You are wanted for drug dealing.
And also escaping prison.
But mostly drug dealing. How much juice do you have for that? None.
None. He hasn't done anything to warrant getting juice.
Well, I mean, he's dealing drugs. They're so illegal.
That's no,
Actually,
especially not now.
yeah, I
The
was gonna
drugs
say.
don't,
Then
don't
I'm
make
looking
as
at
much
it.
of a profit as they used to.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I should honestly, when he gets back, maybe I should think about applying his skills elsewhere.
A change of career.
CCS is out there rampaging. Corporate
The corporate
mercenaries are raiding the
mercenaries.
pet store. Oh
You've
boy.
pissed off the corporate mercenaries.
Well, that's all right. We're strong. We're rough and tumble. Let's see how this goes. Let's see what our array of traps is like here. Okay. I imagine by the time we get here, we'll already have, yeah, at least.
I think I'm told this hasn't been a bad building design for you. I've seen worse designs.
Alright, punch the elite security, grapple with them, gracefully strike. Oh boy. Would have been nice if you had had some effect.
Here comes Pedro.
Elite security are a little bit better at dodging.
They sure are. Oh, didn't dodge Tabitha.
Yep. Alright. Oh, wow.
No effect.
This guy just no-sold a shotgun blast to the gut.
No sold Andy. How dare you?
Alright, Enrique, you hit the body. Can't be like this. Alright.
It could be like this.
Let's punch him. Let's kick him.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Let's crack the egg into the bowl. Alright, we got it.
Hmm.
No?
Careful.
Okay. Yeah. There's guys all around here. It's like a game of Operation. Don't touch the sides.
I wonder how many of your viewers have played Operation.
Hey, buddy. Okay, you. No?
Mm-mm.
Nuh-uh.
Huh?
Hey? No. No?
Uh-oh.
Yeah! Alright, buddy. It's time to start punching. Kick, punch, turn, chop. Alright. Let's slow down as we go through these gun rounds. I just want to make sure that... oh, you just missed, huh? Striking twice. Shotgun. Oof.
Enrique blew off a head. Blew it apart.
All over the wall there. Lead security wears a look of pain, reaches out and moans.
It's art, Bobo. It's art.
Yeah.
Ta-da! I want more.
Oh, okay. More blood?
If you want blood.
Okay, we got this. Woof. You guys are right next to us, though.
Personal Bobo.
That doesn't make me feel good.
Bad touch.
And Miyamoto had to reload. I need to make sure.
You made sure long ago that people had clips for their things.
Now, if I hit get to get the loot here, does that give them a turn to move?
Probably not.
Hey, it didn't. And they shrunk back under the power of our convictions. Yay!
Yay!
Let's let the month go by. We're gonna, at this rate, we're gonna run out of files on things. Still don't care about freedom of speech.
Stunt protocols are going to prevent mass shootings, but... Oh, Ezra Blanchard has broken under the pressure and ratted you out.
Oh, Ezra, how could you?
The traitor will testify in court and safe houses may be compromised.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. That's the justice system for you. Ezra said, fuck this. I'm flipping.
I feel like So if we go to the police station now, or he's
Ezra's
being
gone.
held.
Ezra's no longer a part of the Liberal Crime Squad.
Yeah, but I was wondering whether or not we could, I don't know.
Exact vengeance.
Yeah, if there was any
I don't think
retribution that could happen.
I don't think so. I think Ezra goes poof. I think.
All right. Let's see what our heat is currently at 301%.
Well, I mean, ratted you out like I've been here my entire time with them. All of these teach-ins.
Wow.
I mean, wanted to have it be interesting, right?
I mean, yeah, but didn't necessarily want the army to show up or anything like that.
Hopefully Ezra didn't know where the founder of the LCS is.
Well, I do notice that the homeless shelter appears to have 0 heat. Now, it doesn't have
Yes.
very much secrecy, but
But it's also a safe house of yours, so if Ezra ratted out everything.
I see what you're saying. So what we need to do now is buy an apartment or something.
Maybe.
Oh, let's go back a step. Let's go back another step.
But at this point, your troublemakers have enough juice that if something horrific happened to Sally, the LCS would still stay together.
It would, but let's see. Nothing has been invested in the homeless shelter because you can't really
invest,
do that.
Yeah. If
Got
you
all
took
this.
one of these safe houses from the conservative crime squad,
Yeah, we might have enough. Might have enough.
might want to buy more days of food.
What's that?
Might want to buy more days of food.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be easy enough to do.
You don't know how long a siege might last.
Yeah. If it's a month, then we'll be okay.
Yes.
We could attempt to go take over a conservative crime squad base. We could go rent an apartment.
This could also be the moment where Sally says, fuck it. And she doesn't hide anymore.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, Sally's one thing, but what about everyone else?
Fuck it, they ain't hiding either.
Well, I mean, they don't appear to be hiding right now, no.
Right, come get some. Bring it, conservatives.
Sally, why don't you go forth to an apartment? We'll get you an apartment. Sally has done nothing wrong. Sally is blameless in all this. She just found a lot of people and got them together, and then they turned into...
It's not her fault. It all happened like this. Master of business. Flawless conservative, really. Just blends in perfectly.
Yeah. She doesn't have the... and ironically, she doesn't have the charisma necessary to be able to actually, bluff her way out of a situation, despite probably knowing so much more about capitalism than anybody else on the Liberal Crime Squad.
She could recruit 5 more people for juice moses.
She could. Why don't she go forth? Why don't she
go downtown?
You can go to the University District. We go there all the time anyway. Just wait up.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not selling t-shirts. Why don't you come into this apartment? Hey there, I didn't do anything illegal, and I never will. Let's talk.
Rent a room.
Let's rent a room. I'd like to rent a room. $650 a month? Fuck you! I mean, okay. That's... I could threaten the landlord. But that seems like it's not worth doing. I'll take it. Rent is due by the 3rd of every month. We'll start next month. I'd just like to think that he's at a desk in the rental office and he just says, rent is due by the 3rd of every month. We'll start next month. And then he just turns and faces his back to you while he's standing at the counter and just waits for you to leave. All right, so Sally Baker, you are now at the Anderson Apartments. Congratulations.
Note that rent is due at the 3rd every month. It starts next month.
Yeah.
According to the landlord.
Now, Can't invest in any kinds
You
of.
you can buy a flag. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like prepare your room for a siege?
That's right. Put tank traps in there.
And the
Buy
most
an,
you can do is fly a flag.
buy an anti-aircraft gun and hang it in the window balcony.
At this point, you have no hope of getting one of those things.
Yeah, I would have to basically devote everyone to stealing credit card numbers or rob the bank.
I mean, you should take a look to see how far it is out of your league now.
Isn't it like 200 grand or something like that? But yeah, let's go to the next location.
I'm pretty sure the laws for gun control changed to moderate. No, maybe they didn't.
A lot of things are different about this. Let's see what gun
No,
control
gun
is at
control
right
is
now. Yep,
moderated.
it's
It's
moderate.
still at 200,000.
Okay. But still, free speech, flag burning, prison regulation, nobody cares.
You burn a flag. That's flag murder, man.
Yeah, it's still flag murder. Everybody would be wanted for flag murder. Alright. You guys. Do I hold off wait for the police to show up, fend off the police, and then go to the homeless shelter? Or yeah.
The consequences of leaving Ezra in.
Let's although you guys have heavy body armor, you would be very conspicuous if you went out to the gentleman's club. But you could go out to the gentleman's club and attempt to seduce your way into finding conservative crime squad people.
Mm-hmm.
If I put you in just regular suits, because so far they haven't actually been attacked yet.
No.
Yeah.
Like, the worst case, like club security would just tell you to get lost.
Oh no, I don't even mean that. I mean, if I did that and then at the end of the day, the police showed up or the CCS showed up, then
Okay.
I didn't have a chance to change. Of course, so far, even in doing all this combat against elite corporate security, they haven't actually been able to like get a shot off at me because we have everybody. We have good suppressing fire, and now everybody is good enough at kung fu that even if they can't kill everybody in one turn, they can maim everybody.
Probably.
So we can risk it. We can risk. Yes. Although if I wore police body armor, I wonder if that would be a reasonable disguise in a gentleman's club.
I mean, you've seen police officers in there, so I can't fathom how that would be in any way, shape, or form unacceptable.
That tone of voice. Not entirely sure I trust it.
I mean, why not?
We've got bloody and damaged body armor. We really should be sending that over to Sally to clean up, so that we've got it for future endeavors.
You have enough body armor. It's cool. Please be cool.
All right, let's put on nice dresses.
Yeah.
And go to the gentleman's club. They'll let me into the gentleman's club. It'll be fine. If we go down to the downtown and go to the Paul Gentleman's Club.
The cigar bar.
The cigar bar. You guys aren't attending classes, writing news, or teaching kung fu now. Smirks and let the crowd in. We're cool. Please, we cool.
Totally not any ladies here.
Squad X natural.
I would specifically look for people who are a high likelihood for being members of the CZS.
Yeah, like rubes, country boys. Not these corporate manager types.
Although they could be. What you'll know for sure is that they're gonna be conservative.
Yeah.
And it helps that issues are pushed the way they are, so you can tell.
Yes.
You're looking.
All right, let me do a quick thing here. Look at how many recruits we have. You have 2 romantic interests. Way to go, kid. Your seduction skill. You don't have actually any persuasion, though, do you? No, Greg Lewis, you really don't.
But if you just want to use seduction, then persuasion's not really relevant.
Well, but there's a dancer here. I was thinking of having the dancer join our cause and
Oh.
get all learned up so that we have
Oh.
more people, especially if anything happens to happen to this whole group of people
If
who
anything
are.
happens to happen, well, if something happens to happen to this entire group, and this group recruited someone, what do you think happens to that recruit? Unless you move them up the food chain.
Well, I could attach any new folks that we have now that are blameless. I could attach them to Sally.
You could?
I could. And then they wouldn't have anybody to learn all this stuff from, but they'd still be there. Anyways, you have persuasion, Nikki, and you only have a couple of recruits. So Nikki, talk to this dancer, this young dancer fellow. Strike up a conversation about politics. Industries that stop at nothing to become more profitable are polluting the environment in ways that hurt not only animals, but people, too.
You got anything to smoke on yet?
Oh, okay. Come on by later. We'll talk about that. Soldiers, I guess, could.
Certainly could. Military officer.
These are going to be hard people to bamboozle, though.
Radio personality. Elite security. Just walk on by.
I'm looking for rubes and country boys and hicks. You
didn't want to have anything to do with elite security?
I suppose, yeah. I guess if I had an elite security that I had properly seduced, they could let me know when elite security are going to come raid. Corporate managers, no. Hanging judges, no. Hey, a good old boy. You don't mean any harm. I can tell. Alright, everybody's got good dating skills now, except, hang on a second, I need to check. Nikki, you already have a romantic interest, don't you?
No, just as a scheduled meeting.
Just have a scheduled meeting. You also have our highest romancing rate now. Nikki, I would like you
must go.
to talk to this good old boy and drop a pickup line. Go to my church. Thanks.
I go to your church.
Squad acts natural. Table's occupied. Oh, I didn't
still tickled that free speech is arch conservative after all this time.
Corporate manager. Alright, there was no more elite security here. Now that you mentioned it, I don't wanna go without.
There might be.
Oh, that athlete I could have recruited.
Table.
There's a crackhead hanging out here at the Gentleman's Club.
Crackheads aren't supposed to be at the Paul Gentleman's Club, Bobo.
Crackheads aren't supposed to be arch conservative either. That was very suspicious.
That was definitely a member of the CCS, like that redneck.
Yeah. Well, we only need one member of the CCS, yeah?
You're going to assume that Nikki's going to do it flawlessly first try, no problems.
Well,
so that we have to come back here again. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to use up everybody's romantic interests, do I? Alright, so who has...
Well, then the first time someone succeeds, you can just cut off all the others.
Alright, Elmer... So...
You can take Greg or Courtney first.
Elmer and Logan. Alright, so Elmer and Logan can't do it. Talk.
Greg and Courtney.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Greg, you're a little better at this. Surprisingly. Because you're the newest guy. Not
He's
anything to
athlete.
Say about you. Yeah, squad acts natural. Oh,
Goodbye,
damn it.
elite
There was
security.
the elite security, man. Alright, let me get out of here. You feel that something needs to be done? Is that thing giving you money? Because that's what's going to happen now.
You're spending the money on props, not giving it to them.
Money is a prop. We have a hot date with Forrest Becker. He's a heartless jerk. Look at that wisdom score.
I mean, member of the conservative crime squad.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I mean, we don't have enough time, I think, considering the situation at our headquarters. I don't know that we have enough time to kidnap them and attempt to brainwash them.
You have all the time in the universe.
That's that tone of voice again.
I mean, like, what are they gonna do? Break Forrest Becker free? I mean, eventually his disappearance would be noticed, and so he couldn't be used as a sleeper agent.
Yeah.
It would also be your first spin of interrogation in Isaac G. Branch Liberal Crime Squad. I'm sure you wouldn't mess it up on your first try.
Yeah.
Confident in you. That's what you trained for.
Actually, Greg Lewis is the one out of the two of them that has the least, that had the least dating and seduction score. So if one of them was going to be kidnapped and the other one was going to attempt to be romanced, this probably is the one to kidnap.
Now, it would be more helpful if you had a weapon to kidnap someone. Because it doesn't factor in your martial arts there. It's like a weapon for like intimidation purposes. And Forrest Becker doesn't have a weapon. So that would have been a way to go, but Greg doesn't have a weapon.
Oh, so kidnapping's not going to work here?
I mean, like, Forrest could kick and scream and, basically draw attention. It's like whenever you try and, like, kidnap people, like, on site, it's you pull out the weapon. Bitch, be cool. Or please, be cool.
Oh.
It's harder whenever you are unarmed.
This person does have reasonable martial arts skills. Not necessarily a match for Becker, but knows what they're doing. Alright. Should we try the kidnapping? Yeah. Alright. Let's just kidnap them. Greg Lewis seizes the conservative swine from behind and warns it not to resist. Forrest Becker doesn't resist. We kidnap the conservative.
The education of Forrest Becker.
What will we use for this vigilante in its presence? Forrest Becker is fine. You have a date with Randy Little. Let's go ahead and attempt to actually seduce you. Because, the relationship is over. Okay, so we have to figure out what to do now with this dude. Where do we go to figure this out? Review, assets, hostages.
You've got a hostage, yeah.
Yes, 1 day in captivity. Alright.
You'll take care of them by activating your liberals.
Yeah. So, considering I have a bunch of people that were just out there doing stuff, why don't I go ahead and have all of you tend to this hostage? Right, tend to conservative hostages. I, Logan West, will tend to hostages. D, I, tend to hostage. Nikki, tend to the hostage. Percy, tend to the hostage. Everyone figure this out together.
Are you going to have anyone change their outfits?
I mean, yeah, we've got Death Squad uniforms, right?
How are you going to go about the process of interrogation?
Well,
because what you need from this person, if nothing else, is to reveal the location and map of their safe house. That's what you need from this conservative crime squad member.
So we don't actually...
Okay it's okay, like, if they don't turn into a sleeper, fine. But you need to know the location of the safe house.
Alright. So, how does this go forth from here? Do I wait and then at the end of the day I have to provide all the details?
Mm-hmm. Like the details are provided like as the day passes. So long as you have at least one person tending to the liberal.
Okay, so if I hit W here, it's going to bring up a thing, and it's going to be like, all right, how are we dealing with the hostage today, right?
It should. It's not as crazy as it used to be, like back in the days of older liberal crime squad. You're not going to show them like videos of Bible Black or anything, but I mean,
oh, well, that's no fun. The education of Forrest Becker, day 1. Select. Let's see.
The lead interrogator is Courtney Hudson.
Okay. She has a psych skill of only 4, but she has heart of 4 and a wisdom of, heart of 27 and wisdom of 4.
The seduction skill can also be of help too. So we know that folks have reasonable seduction skill thanks to what you've done.
Let's see. He has 10 health and 18 wisdom. So we could restrain him and beat him. Oh, wait, yeah, physically restrain him. We could beat him. He will probably not, die from being beaten up.
Beating lowers wisdom, heart, and also hurts them physically. Like lowering wisdom does lower the conservatives' resistance to conversion, but it also lowers their relationship with all the liberals tending them while they were being beaten. So, like, one thing that you could do is play like a good cop, bad cop situation, but you'd have to have like a different team or at least someone else. Like, beating's not strictly necessary, but like,
yeah,
it can be of use. And you also do have a bonus during beatings thanks to your Death Squad uniform. Like attempting to convert, like having a conversation, like if you succeed on that, like will like raise their relationship with you, or heart may rise with, or both. Restraining stops them from committing suicide. You don't have to worry about them escaping so long as you tend to them every day. And it does make your attempts to convert them somewhat more effective. Props make it even more effective. And by using props, you prevent conservatives from making you more wiser. Or wise, in that case. Hallucinogenic drugs prevent the hostages from using religion, science, or business to resist like conversion attempts. But they reduce the conservatives' health by 1. And they can try to resist drugs by using psychology.
So I could use, honestly, I could just give this a shot because Courtney has such good skills outside of, I mean, she doesn't have great psychology skill, but she has good charisma, she has good heart.
Okay. And you could even make it like easier by like removing physical restraints. You could try that.
Could give it a go. Let's confirm this plan. And everyone else is also helping, right? So that should do something, right? The automaton is locked in a back room, converted into a makeshift cell. Courtney Hudson argues about LGBTQ rights with Forrest Becker. Forrest Becker holds firm. Okay, let's reflect.
So that was a failure.
Yeah. Okay. So you're ready to fight for the liberal cause. Let's let you join the LCS.
Shrapnel.
Yes. Come to the pet store as a regular member. Now, before I forget, let's take that person and move them. Also, let's see, how do we reassign? Assign you to promote?
Yeah, so where do you want to move them on the brand?
I want to move this person to beneath Sally Baker. Which,
so
I mean,
then you, like, if you want Sally Baker to be their contact, then you would go ahead and press A.
Sally Baker, contact. Press a letter to promote a liberal. Oh, I can't promote Sally Baker. She's
so go ahead and select the person you want to promote then.
Georgi Schnarper.
Okay, there you go.
Ah, there we go. Good. You're with Sally Baker now. Also, let's go ahead and let's form a new squad just to get you over to the base. There's no other way to assign new bases. Oh, yeah, I can. Duh. Georgi, go to the Anderson Apartments.
So, Jonathan S. Fox, who worked on the open source version of LCS for a long time, and who, like as he branched out from Toadies, Isaac G's branched out from Fox's, had a chart for some versions back, which may still be of like effect here in this situation. I don't know how much like the interrogation may have been changed, but like having liberals tend the prisoner, like having a lot does help to influence like the check positively for like talking and conversion attempts.
Yeah. So right now,
along with like points of intelligence, if you have at least 1 point in psychology, which you do, your lead interrogator does.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of smart people with a lot of heart.
Business, religion, and science also have a factor in, a small one.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of that.
Yeah.
But
Drugs and props make a big difference, but they also like, especially props. Like I don't know, like did you try to use props that last time? Because
no,
those really would have.
no. Last time I just
And
literally was just.
they don't like props don't have any negative effect other than costing you $250.
I was just establishing a basic baseline, pretty much. Let's go ahead and wait a day then. Try day 2. Let's try some expensive props. He is unmoved. His wisdom is the same, his health is the same, his heart is the same. I could try drugs, but
But
see
he's
whether or
not
not.
resisting through the power of science or religion or business, so that's not necessary.
This conservative is uncooperative toward Courtney Hudson. That's a shame. We watch controversial avant-garde films with Forrest Becker, and
He holds firm.
No, come on, Forrest. All right, let's actually activate Georgi here. Why don't you learn to do something? And Sally.
Now, if you were going to give them drugs, you'd want to wear like a different outfit, like a clown suit or bondage gear, or like one of those.
Don't
masks.
have any clown suits or bondage gear. Damn.
Damn.
I could have Sally make some, but oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And again, like drugs do lower their health, which isn't that great of a concern for you, as you don't plan on using them as a combatant. But
well, yes, and they have plenty of health to deal with right now. I've got a reasonable amount of money. Why don't? Here's what I'll do. Sally, you go and buy us some costumes. Why don't you? Go for it.
Those will have to be transferred over, of course, to you.
They will be, but it's still probably faster than making suits for everybody that is tending to the automaton.
I think it's only necessary for the lead interrogator.
Oh, well, in that case, Sally, make us something. All right. Make clothing. Everything is easy to do. You could make bondage gear. You could make a clown suit. I wonder what the most effective one of these things is.
Bondage gear and clown suit are both 4 to drug bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's immaterial either way. It looks like the highest one is 4 according to the armors.xml file, so
okay.
Clown suits.
Clown suit's cheaper. Make a clown suit. And Georgi, why don't you? Oh, you have some art score, do you? You have heart. You have all kinds of stuff.
Now, what I'm not sure on is whether you're still more effective overall through the power of the Death Squad uniform, because its base power is so high that the drug bonus from your clown suit or bondage gear would be immaterial. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how the equation's fully factored.
Alright, well, we'll do one more day doing this because we still need to acquire the clown suit. Day 3. You are still conservative. You're being given expensive props. No drugs yet. Liberal radio shows. Come on, you like these, right? You hold firm. First-rate clown suit. Alright, let's move that.
Sally Baker, the creator of clown suits.
Yes. Also, why don't you, while you're here, and while we're in here looking at this stuff, why don't you go ahead and get some of this bloody and damaged stuff and fix it. That bloody and damaged, that bloodied cheap suit that we got there, that bloody heavy body armor.
Mm-hmm.
2 bloody and 2 damaged. And, hey, where's the clown suit?
Clown suit is on the first page.
Yeah, because it was the newest thing. Right. the Gerta pet store. There we go. And I think all that takes a day to transfer, so...
You might want to have Sally do something. Okay, she's gonna make another clown suit.
Oh, okay. Well, we got another clown suit. Whatever.
Sure.
Compared to the cost of expensive props on a day-to-day basis, this is no big deal at all.
Sure.
I guess one more day of attempting to... Forrest Becker, you're still holding firm, huh? Alright. Now, Sally, we're going to activate you. You can go ahead and repair all of this clothing. How about that? There. Now let's wait a day.
You weren't gonna put that clown suit on Courtney, whose psychology's up to 5 now.
I sure was going to. I really should have. Elaborate political fantasy. Sally Baker cleans the kitchen.
You need to equip the clothes you want repaired on her.
Because she will only repair clothes that all right. Why don't you go ahead and repair these 6 different bloody armored suits, although you won't. You'll only repair the first one. Equip Courtney. Courtney is in charge, right? So let's give her
She's the lead interrogator.
The clown suit. There it is.
Clown suit.
That's right. She's like a tank.
Drugs and props.
Hallucinogenic drugs are pretty cheap now, I guess, because of how much we've done for the agenda. Subjected to dangerous hallucinogens. Playing violent video games. Forrest Becker comments on the swirling light Courtney Hudson is radiating. But
also holds firm.
Sally Baker cleans her body armor. Great, now she's got to put on different body armor.
Yeah, this is not a surprise. This is a member of the Conservative Crime Squad. Enlightening them, but at least the Conservative likes you. And that matters to, like, conversion attempts.
Oh, so
they also didn't even lose health. Yeah, like there's a scale there for, like, how much they can, like or dislike you. So it's important. Like, that is important. They can even like you more than that.
Yeah, well. We'll do maybe one more day of drugs then, and then we can go back to just attempting to convert them normally. Michael Moore films. Can't stop looking at the moving colors. Oh no!
From self-inflicted wounds. Uh-oh.
Great, we have to restrain you now. You know that, right?
Yeah, because they can commit suicide if they're unrestrained.
Yep. Wait, no. This is fine. Sally, why don't you equip a different set of bloody body armor?
They start to lose hope as they're, like, held in their makeshift cell for longer periods of time.
Location, we gotta restrain you now. Now see what you did. No more drugs. How about that?
A psychology skill of 6.
Burns flags in front of you. Flag murder! It's still arch-conservative. Forrest Becker's making peace with God. Damn it.
You're also still wearing the clown suit.
Yeah.
But you took off the drugs.
I did. Should I be back in a death squad uniform?
Yeah, it has the highest base power for interrogation.
Okay. Let's,
More if you're, like, assaulting, but, like, you're obviously not, so.
Yeah. Alright, so, Courtney, let's equip you.
A clown suit has a bonus of 0 during interrogations, whereas a death squad uniform has a bonus of 8.
Take 9. Expensive props. No drugs. You like us. Why won't you join us?
Oh!
Bible Black is still
back
here.
On the table.
You're holding firm. Sally Baker cleaning body armor. She's accomplishing more than the entire rest of the squad right now.
Wow.
Cleaning body armor.
Words hurt.
Yeah. Actions could hurt, but right now they don't seem to be. What if I took Courtney off and then let them beat on this guy a little bit and then had her come back? We're on a limited timetable here, right?
I mean, like, you have an unlimited amount of time to, like, get this guy to give you a fucking map. But, like, if you want to make him into a sleeper, you're practically out of time.
Yeah, so then let's take Courtney off just for a minute. And why don't you just hang out? Don't even do anything. Just chill.
Hope they don't kill him.
He's got good health still. He's lightly wounded. Okay.
Yeah, from how he hurt himself.
Beat him
You
just
should
a
probably
little
not
bit.
just attempt to convert him. Like, tick off A. And just
Yeah.
do B, C, and D.
Forrest Becker's guards start beat the automaton with fists full of money, hollering, "George W. Bush, wiretapping corporations!" in its face. He's getting the message, but he's badly hurt. He's lost hope of rescue.
The disappearance of Forrest Becker is now considered kidnapping, according to a police spokesperson. Fidel Winter, speaking on behalf of the police department, stated, I can't see that's other word after we.
We now believe that
There
it's
we
an
go.
equal sign, but we now believe that Forrest Becker was taken 10 days ago by a person or persons as yet undetermined. We have several leads and are confident that we will bring Forrest Becker back home and bring the kidnappers to justice. As the investigation is ongoing, I cannot be more specific at this time. To the citizens, please contact the department if you have any additional information.
That last lone location was a CCS safe house. That location should not be known by but here we are.
Yes, his last known location was the Deagle Bar and Grill.
We need to know that.
Yes, we need to know that that is a place.
Tell us.
So he's starting to get the message. Let's go back and activate. Courtney,
Who's tending to injuries?
why don't you tend to the conservative hostage? Tending to injuries?
Mm-hmm. The injured person, your hostage.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I love how you make that sound all spectral, like, oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's. Who else do we have that's good at that sort of thing?
Practically everyone.
Logan, you're great at that. Why don't you, Logan, help to wait, get out of here. Activate. Logan. Activate Logan. Why don't you heal some liberals? Or, in this case, heal a conservative automaton. There. Everything is going to be so much better now.
Alright, so stop physically beating. You'll notice that the health went down there by 1.
Yeah. You like Courtney Hudson. Courtney Hudson likes you.
And verbal contact is important.
Let's talk to you.
You got the message, Forrest.
Let's explore an elaborate political fantasy. You're holding firm and you're muttering about death.
Their wisdom didn't lower at all from that beating.
Yeah.
Just their heart.
Do we just have to do we just have to kill this guy and dispose of the body?
Wow.
I mean, I really don't know how this whole interrogation thing is supposed to work.
Well, keep working on it.
I guess. All right, Sally. Clearly, I had you doing other stuff, but let's go ahead and equip you with more bloody body armor.
Them dying would be sad.
It would be sad. They would lose heart. Everybody would lose heart. Everybody would be sad. So you're lightly wounded. You're getting a little better. So that's a good day. Let's confirm this plan. Violent video games. You're brooding. Come on, man.
You're always able to bust out the drugs again to make them like you more, or bust out the beatings again from the other group.
Yeah. Alright. Here. This body armor is bloody and damaged. That'll be great. Okay, let's equip Courtney in a clown suit.
Like, having extra psychology, like having a lot of psychology points, really does make a difference at this front. This is a way to get psychology.
Yeah.
But like, what's super hurting is all of the 18 wisdom there.
Yeah. No, he's a wise guy. I mean, we've got a heart of 27. I feel like if it was just a stack up of like stats on stats, we'd have it, but that's not all that's going on. Oh boy.
Their wisdom factors more than your heart.
Yes. So let's.
And Courtney also has some wisdom of her own.
We're in a clown suit. You're a little wounded. Your health has gone down to 9.
Fine.
Yeah, which is still okay.
Drugs! Woo!
Yep, let's do it. Dangerous hallucinogens. Forrest Becker realizes with joy that Courtney Hudson is Ronald Reagan.
It's
You've had
a revelation of understanding.
Hooray! Sally Baker repairs what little can be fixed of her body armor.
There you go. That's the power of Ronald Reagan, everyone.
Yay! So
the greatest man.
That means let's review. So we still have a hostage, but our hostage loves us now, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and take you out of the clown suit. We don't need any more drugs. I mean, you can't get better than being Ronald Reagan, right? I mean, where's that death squad uniform? Who's got a death squad uniform? You've got a death squad uniform. All right, and Sally.
So this actually reminds me of something that happened over a decade ago at this point when I was in high school. According to there was a huge poll held by the Discovery Channel, which was also organized by AOL too, a grand greatest American campaign that I watched along with Discovery Channel. They were airing the greatest Americans according to how Americans felt in this poll. Over 2 million Americans voted. This is the greatest American.
Yeah.
The greatest American is Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, that was what the poll came out with.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this was more than 10 years ago. If AOL was involved in this. Woo.
Yep. Jointly organized by the Discovery Channel and America Online. Yeah.
All right. So no drugs this time. No beating.
Of course, Ronald Reagan had just died the year before, I think, in 2004.
That sort of thing will happen. The conservative clings helplessly to Courtney Hudson as his only friend. We are your friend.
There you go.
Violent video games. Come on. Hold firm. What? Why are you holding firm? All right, Sally.
Are you going to make me feed you more drugs, Forrest? You are. Yes, you are.
I guess. Gosh. I was really hoping that we could do something that wasn't that. Wear some heavy body armor that is bloody and damaged, why don't you? And, yeah, do we need to go back and put on another clown suit? Getting a little, well, not super low on money. We have $8,000.
So, come on, man. Super low money.
Alright, clown suit.
You'll just sell some of your 90 million M16s.
Let's wait another day. Day 15. Goodness. Have some drugs.
You'll see that their wisdom has lowered down, their heart has increased.
Yeah. We're getting to we're approaching a tipping point.
Fucking 18.
We're approaching a tipping point. Psychology skill is up to 8 now, so
yeah, that matters.
We have a better psychology skill than the psychologist that we had.
Psychologist you still have.
Ah, yeah. The Forrest Becker stammers and talks about hugging Courtney Hudson.
Quietly considers hugging.
The automaton has been enlightened. Our liberal ranks are swelling. Forrest Becker reveals details about the Desert Eagle Bar and Grill. Courtney Hudson was able to create a map of the site with this information.
There you go.
Yeah.
Forrest Becker's doing you 15 days, though, is pretty much like the time limit of like when someone will be discovered as kidnapped anyway. So, I mean, that was your first like kidnapping and interrogation. So, understandably, against such a high-powered target, that was not going to succeed with them being a sleeper. But you leveled up from that. You've learned about the interrogation process, and you know the location of the first CCS safe house.
It's true. That's a pretty high note to end things on. Things are not perfect. Let's take a look at the liberal agenda. Free speech, flag burning, and prison regulation. Still arch conservative.
Cycle through those issues. Let's see the text.
Abortion is limited to the first trimester and is very expensive. Animal research regulated with a system of licenses and certificates. Oh, well, there you go. There's regulation. Law enforcement regulated to prevent extreme misconduct. There are basic safeguards for medical and financial privacy, but they suck. We still have death penalty.
Nuclear power is often an energy source and only moderately regulated. Industry subject to moderate pollution regulations. Workers are underpaid, have lousy benefits, and get fired if they complain. Homosexuals grudgingly tolerated but have few equal rights. Corporations are moderately regulated, wages are still unfair. Armored squads are tasked with suppressing unacceptable speech. Burning the flag is a serious crime on par with murder.
That's right.
Style effects. Tax are moderate. Loopholes in the code. Women are nominally equal, not enforced. Pervasive racial equality. Over-discrimination is legal. Recreational drugs are prohibited unless medically prescribed. Great expenses taken to slow immigration without success.
Aha.
Moderate campaign finance reform. Military spending is growing each year. Prisoners are often subject to torture and slave labor. And torture allegations still occasionally crop up, despite an official.
So there you go. People are subject to torture, and allegations occasionally crop up, but that's all.
I mean, prisoners are often subject to torture and slave labor. I mean, that kind of sounds like this timeline, Bobo.
Oh. So things are not perfect. We've got some issues here. Although, you see, if we want to go downtown, we could go to the Desert Eagle Bar and Grill, which is an enemy safe house.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we wanted to go to the industrial district, the heat is dying down on the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas pet store.
They got to take action.
It's still
You're sitting here. We kidnapped a dude. Neener.
It's still incredibly high, but
like they have so many incentives to come get you, both from Ezra tattling and the fact that you have someone who's been kidnapped.
Yeah. Although they're enlightened now,
if they can come and go, right? Sufficient like different score,
yeah,
like between like their heart, like if they had like a really high heart and like low wisdom, they can convince the police that they weren't kidnapped and were just converted. Like, but their like heart score is not that high.
Yeah.
So like they're wanted for rehabilitation. If you go cycle the forest, you'll see that he's wanted for rehabilitation.
Wait, if I cycle the forest,
P. Oh yeah, letter P there.
He's right. Yeah. Technically, he got recruited before Georgi because we.
Mm-hmm. All right. The heart score is 3 there. I think you need like a heart of 6 or 7 in order to like convince the police that hey, I wasn't kidnapped. I just changed my mind.
Yeah.
Different.
So pretty much, Forrest needs to stick with us. Ideally, never be arrested, never be caught, because they'll turn on us like that. And doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of real strong skills. Has some decent weapon skills. Might be good to have Forrest teach us a little bit.
Shotgun.
A little bit of shotgun, rifle. A little bit of rifle. We got a lot of M16s and AR-15s now. So that would actually be handy to have. I don't know whether or not I guess I'd have to ponder in my mind. It'd be a thing to ponder for next time, whether or not if I could get everybody to a rifle skill of 4, whether I'd rather send in a group of 6 people wielding AR-15s and M16s into the Desert Eagle Bar and Grill, or have people with like 9s and 10s in martial arts walk in and just attempt to like crouching tiger, hidden dragon everybody.
A question to ponder for next time, which probably means that that'll get punted as we raid the AM radio station for another 30 minutes.
Could be. Could be.
Could be. Could be.
But hopefully we'll actually have a chance to get together here sometime in the next few days, and I'll actually remember what we were doing. But
oh my goodness,
that's of no concern to everybody else, because they're still going to get everything dribbed and drabbed out week to week. Boo! It's the only way that I can bring the semblance of continually updating my channel.
Your conservative update schedule.
It's the worst. Thanks everyone for continuing to stick with this, even after a long gap from, well, much of August.
Stay liberal.